So the lavender is starting to look pretty good. I've got some catmint, and I've planted a whole bunch of beans to give it some nitrogen and just to support the lavender during our 40-degree days, which seems to be helping. They have perked up quite a lot since putting the beans in. And we get the additional harvest, so a bonus. But yeah, looking pretty healthy all the way along. Be really excited to see these in a massive hedge actually. And back down, asparagus, looking about the same. It does have some new shoots coming up, but allowing it to grow and strengthen before harvesting too many. So I did harvest some at the start of the season, but now it's just a matter of letting them go. And this is the purple one. And Jerusalem artichokes looking really good. And amongst the lemon, you can see I have sprayed it with the kaolin clay, but as I've just watered, it's hard to see the powder on it, but once it dries it'll be quite white and powdery like this. Some onions, my prized beetroot. I have pulled out all the beetroot I had for seed as it didn't like the sun, and also got rampaged by armyworm, so it's looking pretty cool. My baby. My lime, Jerusalem artichokes, lime. Finally got echinacea flowers. Not looking the greatest because that middle one's a bit old, but that one's pretty nice. Chilies, comfrey looking healthy. Another echinacea flower waiting to happen. Some sage, some lamb's ear. It's a beautiful one. My carrot seed is doing well. It's about ready to harvest them. But there's so many. I'm going to have so many carrot seeds. It's brilliant. Also had potato and onions in here. Potatoes didn't do too well, which I expected in this heat. But we got a good harvest of onions. Also had beetroot along here that again didn't like the heat or the armyworm, so have removed them, and here. But I'm going to plant some more into some seedling strays, hopefully today. We have the calendula. Got to deadhead this. I've already done it and got like a whole bin full of seeds. Then we got capsicum. Got a couple in there. There's 4 on that little plant, which is cool. I also just came along 2 days ago and cut along here my footpath. So I had tomato and the bottle gourd hanging right over. Actually, it was into this bed and the last bed. So now I can walk back through here. Tomato's not looking great. It's died off in the middle, but it has sprawled a lot. But I've got quite a lot of tomatoes off them. You see bottle gourds, which aren't growing how I anticipated them to. Expected them to have a bigger base here and a straighter neck. I think that one's the straightest one I have, but still not very big around the base here. Going to next year try them on a trellis to see if hanging them will make any difference. But as you can see, there's no shortage of the bottle gourd. I'm going to use it to shade our workshop shed next year, seeing it's such a prolific grower. there is a footpath through here. I have not cut through that one. I'm allowing that to just cover. I did have a video up where I planted beans and cowpeas in here. But the gourd has other ideas. The roselle, or rosella, no flowers yet. It's a bit late in the season. But I had tomatoes here, if you see one of my other videos, and they're now gone. And I have planted some more little rosellas. But I feel like they're going to be suffocated by the gourd also. See, there's one here and it's already attached its tendrils to it, so I'll have to try to save that. But probably a bit late for those rosellas, but I had them in seedling trays, so I thought, you know, whatever, I'll give it a go. Got a red ducker banana, another red ducker. Zucchinis are just about at the end, getting the odd couple still, especially on this gazelle. It's actually, this one hasn't really stopped, but they're getting slower. There's actually one right here we can harvest. So yeah, just about time to call it quits on them, but some more in there. So my next debate is, I do have beans and cowpeas growing in here. They're not going to do too well with that bottle gourd in there, so you can see some of them here. But I don't know whether to let the gourd go and just see what eventuates, because the beans and cowpeas were realistically only in here for the nitrogen and just to fix the soil. So it's good to have ground coverage on it right now, because we've got some really hot days coming up, so it's better to have it covered than exposed to the 40-degree sun. We have a volunteer lemon basil. As you know, I love anything scented with lemon. Not much really going on in these beds, just beneficial insect mix. Although I did plant some ginger and it is popping up. So that's pretty exciting, because I've never had it even get to this stage before. It's just died. So I have just thinned it out, as you can see, from the buckwheat. So I'm hoping that helps. We have our pepinos, cucumbers, golden melons, ducasse doing pretty good here. We've got the golden honeydew climbing the fence. But that's about it in the front yard at the moment. It's, with the heat we're having, it's not a hell of a lot going on. We have some overdue spring onions that need harvesting. Well, actually probably pulling, because they are huge for spring onions, and I don't think they're going to give you the taste you desire. But still quite green. Nice coverage, so we're not getting too much damage to our soil from the 40-degree days. And I plan on putting some more beetroot in, so that'll cover a lot more. And I guess in the next video you'll see what I've decided about this bottle gourd, and whether I retrieve my garden bed or whether I just let it keep going. I have been trimming the end shoots off it actually, so that it does stop growing. But obviously they just keep on coming from everywhere, and it's taking root everywhere, so it's pretty hard to control, and will definitely help with shading out my workshop. But for the front garden bed, I think it's a bit much, and my melons have suffered for it. I did get 5 golden midget watermelons out. However, I do have Eon d'Or melons out there as well, which I have not found ripe yet, but I might just give it a quick check over if I can reach it. You usually see them in here. Oh, there we go. We have a couple of ripe ones. We've got 2 there. We have one here that isn't ripe yet. So I'll come back out and harvest those. And I have heaps and heaps of melons at the moment. Actually, there's a 3rd one just in here that I will come out and harvest. So as you can see, the bottle gourd has made it a little difficult for me, but is protecting the soil, so I can't complain too much. So that's the front food forest tour for this month. Not a hell of a lot going on, but hopefully next month it's looking a bit better. It could be looking worse with the weather we're going to be having, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.